You're standing at the stove. You pick up the can of PAM. You hold down the nozzle to oil your pan. You've done this 1,000 times. You think it's safe. You think it's healthy. You stopped reading the label in 1978 when America banned the chemical, destroying the ozone layer from aerosol cans. We celebrated. We called it a victory. The aerosol got safer for the planet. Nobody told you what replaced it. Butane, propane, isobutane. The same gas in your camping stove is what shoots PAM onto your pan every morning. It says it right on the label. Since 1978, the marketing just never mentioned it because natural cooking spray and butane propellant don't belong in the same sentence, and only one of those phrases sells product. PAM has been in American kitchens since 1959. The name is an acronym, product of Arthur Meyerhoff, the Chicago businessman who invented it and sold the concept of no-stick cooking spray to a nation of housewives tired of scrubbing pans. The original formula used CFCs as the propellant. When CFCs got banned in 1978, someone in a product development meeting said, "We'll switch to butane. The label doesn't require us to explain it. Nobody will notice." The can kept selling. The conversation about what was in it effectively ended. Open the ingredient list on a can of PAM Original today. Canola oil arrives first. That part most people expect. Then comes grain alcohol, added as a solubility agent. Then soy lecithin. Then dimethyl silicone. Then the propellant, butane, propane, isobutane. Most people scanning that list stop at canola oil and move on. The rest of the label is doing significant work that the front of the can never acknowledges. Dimethyl silicone, also called polydimethylsiloxane or PDMS, is an industrial anti-foam agent. The same compound is used in manufacturing facilities to prevent foaming in industrial processes. McDonald's adds it to their frying oil for the same reason. It appears in PAM because aerosol oil foams during the pressurization process that makes the can work, and something needs to prevent that. The FDA considers it safe at the concentrations used in food. Your grandmother never needed an industrial anti-foam agent in her kitchen because she wasn't pressurizing oil into a can. Crisco no-stick cooking spray runs the same formula: soybean oil, soy lecithin, dimethyl silicone, and propellant. Mazola no-stick uses corn oil, but the same silicone and lecithin architecture. Kirkland's signature canola oil spray at Costco, the twin pack in the big yellow can that millions of Americans buy in bulk, is essentially identical to PAM Original. Same chemicals and same butane propellant. Costco pricing on the same chemical framework. The propellant largely dissipates before the oil reaches the pan. The FDA considers the exposure level safe, and that's the honest answer. The concern isn't that you're eating meaningful quantities of butane. The concern is the gap between natural cooking spray on the front of the can and butane, propane, and industrial silicone on the back. A gap that has existed since 1978 and that the marketing has never chosen to close. Pick up your cooking spray right now. Find dimethyl silicone in the ingredient list. Then find the propellant. The front of the can never mentioned it because nobody asked. There is a specific reason the non-stick pan you bought 3 years ago now sticks to everything. It's probably in your cooking spray. Soy lecithin is an emulsifier. In spray oils, it keeps the oil from separating inside the pressurized can during storage and distribution. On its own, lecithin is a benign ingredient used in chocolate, baked goods, and dozens of other products without incident. What it does at high heat on a pan surface is a different story. When lecithin hits a hot, non-stick surface repeatedly, it polymerizes. It cooks itself into the pan coating at a molecular level and bonds to it permanently. The brown, sticky film that builds up on non-stick pans and won't come off no matter how hard you scrub is polymerized lecithin. It's not food residue. It's a chemical bond between the emulsifier in your cooking spray and the PTFE coating on your pan. Calphalon, All-Clad, Tefal, and most major cookware manufacturers specifically warn against aerosol cooking sprays in their care instructions, not because the oil damages the pan, but because the lecithin does. PAM Original has lecithin. So does Crisco, Mazola, and the Kirkland Canola Oil Twin Pack. Pretty much any canned spray oil has lecithin, including PAM avocado and coconut oil, as well as the Trader Joe's and Bragg versions. The organic certification and the premium oil name on the front of these cans don't change what lecithin does when it meets a hot pan repeatedly over years of use. The person who switched from PAM to Trader Joe's avocado spray specifically to get away from the additives in conventional spray oil is still depositing lecithin onto their pan every time they cook. The oil got better, the delivery system brought the same baggage. The irony is almost too neat. The cooking spray category built its entire identity around non-stick cooking, and the emulsifier that makes the spray possible is the ingredient most responsible for making non-stick pans stop working. Go look at your non-stick pan right now. If there's a brown film that won't scrub off, that's polymerized lecithin from your cooking spray. The spray that was supposed to protect your pan is why your pan doesn't work anymore. The zero-calorie claim on aerosol cooking sprays is one of the most widely believed and least examined numbers on any food label in the grocery store. FDA regulations allow a manufacturer to list 0 calories per serving when a serving contains fewer than 5 calories. The serving size on PAM Original is a quarter-second spray, approximately 0.25 grams of oil. A quarter-second spray delivers so little oil that it rounds to 0 calories by the FDA's own rules. The label says 0. The rule permits it. Nobody uses a quarter-second spray. A real cooking application, coating a pan for scrambled eggs, spraying a baking sheet before roasting vegetables, greasing a pan for banana bread, takes 3 to 5 seconds of continuous spraying. A 3-second spray delivers approximately 30 to 50 calories of oil. A 5-second spray on a baking sheet delivers more than that. The 0 on the label corresponds to a spray duration that has no practical cooking application. The calorie reality matters more when you understand why most people switch to spray oil in the first place. They switched because they thought it was lighter. They thought the 0 on the label meant something meaningful. It meant 1/4 second spray, that's it. Then there's the healthier oil switch. And this is where it gets more specific. PAM Olive Oil Spray is one of the most purchased olive oil sprays in America. The front of the can says olive oil in large letters with an olive branch illustration. Flip it over. The first fat ingredient is canola oil. Olive oil is the second fat. The olive oil spray has canola oil as its primary fat and olive oil in a supporting role. Enough to justify the name on the front, not enough to make the product what the name implies. Someone who educated themselves about cooking oils, decided to move away from canola, and deliberately reached for the PAM olive oil version is still primarily cooking with canola. The olive oil on the label is doing brand work, not nutrition work. Kirkland's olive oil spray at Costco is genuinely extra virgin olive oil with propellant and lecithin. More honest on the oil side than PAM's olive oil version, but the lecithin and propellant are still there. Hold your cooking spray can and find the serving size. It says 1/4 second, time a quarter second right now. That's the spray duration the 0 calories corresponds to. Then time how long you actually spray. That gap is what the label isn't telling you. I can't believe it's not butter spray has been in American refrigerators since the fat-free era of the 1990s. A decade so confused about food that we let Fabio sell us vegetable oil in a bottle and called it a win. The first ingredient is water. The second is soybean oil. The butter that the name implies is artificial flavor, a flavoring compound engineered to produce the taste impression of butter, plus beta-carotene to give it the yellow color that butter has because dairy cows eat grass. The actual dairy in the formula is sweet cream buttermilk, which appears after the water, the soybean oil, and the salt. Water and industrial vegetable oil are doing more work in this product than anything that came from a cow. There's also EDTA in there, a chelating agent that moonlights in cleaning products, and sodium benzoate as a preservative. The FDA says both are fine. Fabio did not mention either of them in his ads, however. Parquet spray runs the same formula with minor variations. Water and soybean oil doing the work, butter flavor doing the impression, preservatives maintaining the shelf life that lasts a lifetime. The fat-free era produced this category. The science behind fat-free eating has been largely revised. The butter spray it created is still in refrigerators, still called butter, and still primarily water and soybean oil with a flavor system wearing a dairy name. Read the first 2 ingredients out loud. If they're water and soybean oil, you already know what you're holding. Does it contain lecithin? If you use non-stick pans, lecithin is the compound building the permanent brown residue your scrubber can't touch. Is the first oil what the front of the can says it is? PAM olive oil leads with canola. When they're not, the label is telling a different story. Subscribe and let's find the sprays that actually belong on your pan. Chosen Foods 100% pure avocado oil spray contains avocado oil and propellant. That's the entire ingredient list. No lecithin, no dimethylsilicone, no grain alcohol, just avocado oil in a can with propellant to push it out. The non-stick residue problem doesn't apply because there's no lecithin to polymerize on the pan surface. The pan damage that accumulates with PAM use over years doesn't accumulate at the same rate without the lecithin. It's available at Costco in bulk, the same Costco that sells the Kirkland twin pack with dimethylsilicone and lecithin 2 shelves over. Walk past that one, grab this one instead. The Chosen Foods twin pack is the better choice between them by every measure that matters. Primal Kitchen Avocado Oil Spray runs the same 2-ingredient formula at a slightly higher price point with consistent availability at Whole Foods and Target. Pompeian 100% extra virgin olive oil spray is the option for the viewer who wants olive oil rather than avocado oil. 2 ingredients, extra virgin olive oil, propellant. It is readily available in mainstream grocery stores, so don't tell me where you live doesn't have the products we recommend. The contrast with PAM olive oil spray is worth making explicit. Pompeian's olive oil spray leads with actual olive oil. PAM's olive oil spray leads with canola. Same shelf, same category, profoundly different product. California Olive Ranch olive oil spray runs the same clean 2-ingredient formula from one of the more transparent olive oil brands in American retail. These cans still have the calorie serving size issue. The 1/4 second serving size math still produces the 0 on the nutrition panel. That's a regulatory structure applied to all aerosol cooking sprays regardless of formula. The difference is that everything else in the can is honest. The cleanest possible cooking spray has no propellant, no lecithin, no silicone, and no serving size math producing a calorie number that doesn't correspond to reality. The difference is it costs about $12. A Misto refillable pump sprayer is a small stainless steel bottle with a pump mechanism. You fill it with whatever oil you want, your good olive oil, your avocado oil, whatever you're already using. You pump the top to build air pressure. You spray. The oil that comes out is exactly the oil you put in. Nothing was added to pressurize it into a can. No emulsifier was needed to keep the formula stable on a shelf for 18 months. Air pressure does what butane does in a conventional aerosol, except air is free and doesn't come from the same source as your camping stove fuel. The Misto is at Target, Amazon, and most kitchen stores. It pays for itself within a week compared to buying premium aerosol sprays, and the oil inside it is the oil you chose rather than the oil the manufacturer chose. The calorie count per spray is accurate because you can see and control how much oil you're dispersing in a way that a pressurized aerosol can never let you do. A short pump delivers a light coating. A longer pump delivers more oil. The relationship between input and output is direct and visible. No serving size math required. A teaspoon of olive oil poured into a pan and spread with a paper towel or a silicone brush does everything a cooking spray was designed to do. It coats the pan evenly. It prevents sticking. It contributes flavor rather than industrial additives. It doesn't deposit lecithin onto a non-stick surface, and it doesn't introduce a flammable gas propellant between your food and the fat you chose to cook with. A teaspoon of good olive oil costs approximately 2 to 3 cents. A comparable application of PAM costs roughly the same per use when you do the actual math on how long a can lasts versus how many meals it covers. The price argument for cooking spray over poured oil is largely illusory. The convenience is real. The cost savings are not. Graza, a newer brand selling high-quality single-origin Spanish olive oil in a squeeze bottle specifically designed for cooking, makes the pour and spread method genuinely fast. Their squeeze bottle with its controlled drizzle tip was designed specifically for the cooking application that aerosol spray was trying to solve. A light, even coating on a pan without measuring or pouring from a wide-mouth bottle. No propellant, no lecithin, no silicone. just oil in a bottle that controls the flow. A small silicone pastry brush kept next to the stove turns any bottle of good oil into a precise coating tool. You dip, you brush. The pan is coated, the brush goes in the dishwasher. 4 seconds. No chemical residue on the pan. No polymerized lecithin building up on the nonstick coating. This is what cooking looked like before 1959 when PAM arrived and taught America that pressurizing oil into a can was an improvement over pouring it from a bottle. It wasn't an improvement, it was a convenience product that came with propellant, silicone, and lecithin attached, and then spent 60 years marketing itself as the lighter, healthier, more natural way to cook. Cooking spray has the most ignored ingredient list in the grocery store. PAM, Crisco, Mazola, and the Kirkland Twin Pack are the same industrial formula with different labels. Dimethyl silicone, soy lecithin, hydrocarbon propellant, and the calorie math that makes every spray zero regardless of how long you hold down the nozzle. Chosen Foods, Primal Kitchen, and Pompeian prove that an aerosol spray can have 2 ingredients: oil and propellant. Nothing else required. You don't have to give up the spray. You just have to read what's been in the can since 1978. Comment B2E if you made it to the end. Subscribe and support us by grabbing some Built to Eat apparel.